Hello everyone, I'm Drunvalo Melchizedek, and I'm here today with the Hedges crystal skull. It's a very interesting thing that I have to present to you today. This is kind of very different, coming from an area that we would not expect. But before I start talking about the skull, I think I would like to show you the skull a little bit and just let you get a view of the entire thing. This is one of the most famous crystal skulls in the world. And nobody really knows where it came from, where it was made, who did it. There's all kinds of theories and ideas and understandings, and they all have problems. We really don't know. It has been suggested by various people who are in this, who should know, that it came from deep into Atlantis sometime. We don't know that for sure, but what I do know is that the skull went to the protector of this skull, which is Bill Holman, and suggested that the being inside of this skull wanted to communicate with me. And so I went into communication with the skull, and it had something that is for you, for the ATIH students. It has something to say to you. And so I'm going to try my best to convey what it was trying to tell me, that it wants you to understand and to know. So in the long history of this crystal skull, it has been in the hands of probably many people. Nobody really knows this, and we don't know how many beings have been in here. But at one point, what the skull told me was that there was a time when the Knights Templars entered into here. Perhaps only one of them, and there is a suspicion that there's more of these that are around the world, some of them hidden, some of them maybe have been found now. And this, when that happened, a change took place in its purpose or its reason, at least for now. It may change again. Who knows? 10,000 years from now, it may be something else. But what I was told was that the Knights Templars, and you have to understand, when they began, when it first started, their purpose, their sole purpose for existing in the very, very beginning, was to protect the Christians from the Druids. So if you know that history, there was a line that ran across England with 64 stone circles around it. And in those 64 circles, they were eventually converted to churches, Christian churches. And so to get the Druids to go to these Christian churches, they did some very interesting things, actually. They took the exact center of the circle, which was the most sacred place in that circle, and they made that exactly where they put the Christian altar. And so that's where they did their prayers and everything else like that, hoping that that would bring the Druids into the Christian church. But the Knights Templar, their purpose in the beginning were to protect the Christians from the Druids, because the Druids were trying to stop them from going there. But as that all settled down and the Druids actually started to become Christian, the Knights Templars' purpose switched over to other reasons and other purposes. As it went down further down the line, the purpose changed completely, and that was where they're very similar to what it was in the very beginning, was to protect the Christians, but not just not to protect their bodies from the Druids, but rather to protect the Christians as they resurrected into the next level of existence. And so when Bill talked to Bill Holman, spoke with this crystal said that it wanted to speak with me. And so I went to his house, and he very graciously allowed me to sit with the crystal and to speak with it. And the crystal, what I felt was in there was a male, and he was a very strong male, though a very lighthearted person. And he wanted me to realize that that was their history that he's working with at this moment, but that in this future, right now, as we are right this moment, they have decided to make a change if we give them permission. And I definitely give them permission to do this, what I'm about to say. They said that just like protecting the Christians as they ascended into resurrection, he understands what we are doing with the last 90-degree turn and exactly how we're making this cross and moving into the next level of existence. We're doing the same thing that the Christians are doing, just a little differently. It's a different pathway. It's not, the end result is the same, but the pathway is different. And these beings recognize that this pathway is so similar to what they were here to protect, that they have asked us that if we give them permission, that this being here and the beings that are beside them in other crystals and other places in the world would like to come in and help you by protecting you at the moment that you choose to make your ascension. And so I just want you to know that you have friends in high places and they want to help you. And so, but you must give them permission. I can't do that for you either. They're here. This is another whole level of protection that we didn't know was going to be there. And this is a good thing, because these people are pure and they want to help humanity reach into higher levels of awareness and consciousness. And so whenever you decide to make the last 90-degree turn, if you ask them to help you, they will be there to assist you and to make sure that no one interferes with what's happening with you. So I hope that is exciting to you, and it is to me. And one more time, I just want you to see closely that this is an extraordinary crystal in all kinds of ways. The crystal has, not only does it have a movable jaw and made perfectly but slightly smaller than the human skull, but the crystal itself that it came from, there's a C-axis that runs down the crystal of every crystal, and I have never in my life ever seen one be any different than that, but this one is. This was very unique. The C-axis rather, comes up and usually goes straight up the crystal, but this one goes up to a certain point, turns, and goes 90 degrees in the other direction, the 90-degree turn. And if you were to put a light from underneath here where it came up through the neck, that light would come up like a laser optics, come up, curve, and turn, and come out both eyes. It's awesome. I don't think there is another crystal like this in the world. It's unique. And I don't think you're going to find any purer people on earth that, to assist you and help you. So, my friends, if you choose to make that last turn, it is up to you. You must give them permission. But if you wish, they'll be there to help you. So, thank you.